Stop it. Don't stop it. Keep it going. What are you doing? I got to tell you, I loved it. This corner, someone said, "Get it, Edgar." And I was like, I don't think he took the pill for that yet tonight, but... Yeah. Speaking of hospice, did everybody hear about... You're going to feel bad. Did everybody hear about Carter? No. Yeah, no, he's still alive. I check every day. I don't know about the rest of you. I don't really care about your politics, about your opinion of him as president. I mean, I think we can all agree, right? He's done a lot for a lot of people. He's given of his time, he's given of his body, he's sacrificed a lot for people, right? Right? Yeah, he has done nice things. And I'm not trying to rush him. He is 99 years old. He put himself in hospice, right? He took himself out for an ice cream. Like, I feel bad that his wife died. That's very sad. I'm not trying to push him. I'm just saying that he has given so much to people. I think the last gift he can do for federal employees is give us a day off. I didn't write the regulations. That's what they said. Right? God love him. I do. I'm an Army veteran. I'm sure you can tell, right? And I come from a long line of military members. Like, all of my great uncles joined the war because they had to, but, you know, they all served. My dad was a career member of the Air Force. And I also joined the Army. The one thing that we do have in common for all of our different types of service is that we all served in the 1900s. It did make things weird, though. I got the weirdest, suggestions before I went to basic training. My great uncles pulled me aside and were like, "Here's the deal. This is what I want you to do. First thing is you steal a spoon from the chow hall. You sharpen the long edge. You add tines in the little edge. That way you always have a spork knife." I'm like, no, that's just suspicious. What was happening in your basic training that you're like, "I'm armed. It's fine. I stole it from the chow hall." And my dad was like, "Don't listen to them. They're crazy." But then he came to visit me. He is a Vietnam era vet. He kept trying to quietly shove underwear at me, with the understanding, he said, that I know you haven't had time to do laundry. I understand that you went to basic training in 1957, but what? This is the same man that told me it's okay if you turn them inside out and backwards, you can get 3 wears. Maybe if I'm in Vietnam, but I'm in South Carolina, I'm going to get written up if I'm the one who's like, no, I turned them inside out, drill sergeant. They're fine. They're good for 1 more day. Right? It is so strange. I did recently get to see a copy of my father's military record. There is nothing like watching your dad when he was 17 do stupid shit on paper. Right? Now, my brother didn't serve because he was smart. But we're all reading through this thing together. It included his medical record. Oh, yeah. 17-year-old Bill went to sick call. According to the doctor, patient states he injured his hand playing volleyball. My brother goes, "Oh my God, Dad, did you play volleyball?" And I was like, "Hold up." Our dad grew up on the streets of Philadelphia. The answer to that question is no. What you you don't know about 17-year-old men in the military is they go to the medical facility when they're on fire. And only if somebody else sees that they're on fire and makes them go. So I would love for you guys to be able to ask my parents about this. They couldn't come here tonight. I love them to pieces. Yeah, it's a very difficult drive for them now that they're older, coming from Arlington Cemetery. Listen, no zombies, right? I didn't put them there. I mean, I was there, but like that's where they got to go. And I don't know if any of you have family that are in Arlington or that will be in Arlington, but let me give you some clues right now. If you're the service member, oh, the shit you get. If you're the service member, it's amazing. They're like, here's 500 things we can put on your headstone. Every religious organization, every organization, and here's a bunch of animals just 'cause. Like, I understood the dove, right? And I kind of got the guide dog with the American flag. I was a little confused by the sandhill crane, but okay, right? Lots of options, lots of wonderful things to write on the bottom of what they do and what they did and who they are. And unfortunately, a year later, my mother passed, and we had to start the whole process over again. And I was like, cool. Okay, so we'd like it to say beloved wife and mother, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Can I get a round of applause for military spouses? You will not get that from Arlington. I'm just saying. They're like, oh, ma'am, what we write is just spouse. And I'm like they're beans at the commissary? Like, we can work this out. We're going to work this out. I'm sure we can work this out. I said, also, I would like the same religious symbol on hers that you have on my father's. Now, if you don't know, they share a headstone. The spouses are on the back. And so you have to walk down the back alley to find them, right? They also don't get their own last name because their last name's on the front. Cool. Okay, I'm fine, right? But they're like, we can't put the religious symbol on there because that's where we put the map coordinates for the headstone. So I'm letting you know, military spouses, that you are still in charge of the final PCS. You know my mom's down there just scratching those labels off of all the boxes. And her girlfriends are so sweet. They're also, almost all of them, going to be buried at Arlington, and they're very excited that they'll be together again. I love them to pieces so much. And when we buried my mom, it was during COVID, and there were a bunch of questions about whether or not we could gather. And one of her friends called me like she was elected captain. She was like, Monica, we have a plan. Which is not what you want 80-year-olds to say to you. They've got too much time to think about stuff, right? And she said, we've decided if they won't let us gather, what we're going to do is we're all going to line up at our own headstones where our husbands are already buried, and we'll just watch from there. Won't that be nice? And I'm like, that is the weirdest, strangest, most suspicious thing I've heard today. No. But I will tell you, the group of students we've had have been awesome. You should know I lie and say that about every class I teach. But this particular class has been so amazing and so respectful of each other and so together. They need their own hand. So I'm going to keep it going. Aren't you guys excited? Yes.